David and Chaz, good morning. I have a question for you. I don't know if this would be a barrel or nah, or if this would be a you know better, or whatever that segment was. Um, Trust in us. I don't know which one it would fall under, but I have a question. I currently live in San Diego, and I think it was like a month ago, Katie Simmers had her video release right down the street from where I live. I am now 35 years old. I've always gone to like surf events since I was in high school, movies, things like that, anything that caught my interest. I lived in Huntington pretty much my whole life, so, it was always at my, disposal. And now I'm 35. I was thinking about going. Katie Simmers is 16, and it was probably going to be a bunch of 16-year-olds. I did want to see the movie itself, which I watched on Stab later. I just didn't know if I was too old to go to an event like that. I saw like a recap later, and there was a ton of older pro surfers there and people my age, I guess. But I just felt weird going to that premiere. So wanted to know, did I mess up and not go have a good time, or has that era come to an end for me? Let me know. I appreciate your advice. Keep up the work.
Now, I'm uncertain. Maybe you can clarify. Is he confused about just going to premieres in general, or because it's a 16-year-old girl surf movie?
I think if it was the Bruce Irons movie, part 2, he would feel fine going. I think it's specifically about, and the older he gets, I think he's rightly identified that these surf premieres everybody's gonna, it's Matthew McConaughey and Dazed Confused. I keep getting older, they stay the same age. So that's a problem. He's entering this phase of life now where it's going to be an issue. Bruce Irons is not making his second movie. So I think he did the absolutely right thing. Unless you are involved in some work that requires you to go, because then you could, hey, it's not your, I can go. I work for Beach Grid. I can cover it, etc. You cannot go unless you want to start a podcast. If you really want to keep on, or a website or something, if you have a reason to go. If you don't, at 35 to a 16-year-old movie, you're straight up creepy.
Is there any way to not be creepy? And I'm thinking, stand in the back, hold a beer.
Creepier.
It's even creepier.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, well, just do you put your hands in your pocket? Nope,
creepier.
That looks creepy. Hands out of your pocket. I don't know where to put my hand if it's not in my pocket.
Creepy.
There's no way to pull this off. So I think the only saving grace here is if you have a child. You bring your child.
Definitely. So either have a surf industry job or a child.
Borrow a child.
Sure. If you really want to go, babysit.
Find a friend who has a kid and ask if you could take their friend to the event.
Yep. Done and
not creepy at all.
But that is 100% true though. And I'm glad that this listener was wrestling with this because he could have just said, you know what? No, I like this. This is something I've always liked and I'm going to continue to do it. And you know what? He would have been pegged a pedophile.
Absolutely. By the way, they should have lookouts at these events now just because of this.
I mean, they should.
This is something that honestly we're going to be dealing with a lot because there is this huge influx of young talent.
Totally. Well, I will say I have a little anecdote here. Forgot about it until right now. The other day, just a couple days ago, going to ballet, dropping the kid off or going to pick the kid up, and she had gone had a later class or something, or a private or something. So she was like, I don't know, maybe 9. And there was some guy going in before me, dropping his daughter off. He looked over his shoulder. I'm rolling through the parking lot, looked over his shoulder, made a dash to the doors, the glass doors, opened them and pulled it shut on me. And so I was standing outside trying to open it, and he was like pulling it hard in. And then I finally said, oh, my daughter's in there. And he opened it and I could tell he was embarrassed, but he was a Chinese man. I don't think he spoke very much English, but I patted his back and I said, good looking out. I would fully thank you. I feel safer with my daughter in here knowing that you're around, bro.
Despite the fact that he thought you were the pedo.
A pedophile.
Or maybe
Yeah.
just homeless. You wear
I
ripped
mean,
clothing and you have neck tattoos.
it's true. It's true. There's a lot of, and I'll throw up that, he was like a well-dressed Chinese man. So I could throw in a little bit of, that, her ballet teacher, I told daughter the story, and ballet teacher said, this guy doesn't understand Lucadia chic.
Well, I appreciate you not being personally offended and recognizing the greater good.
I was so happy, but all to say, back to the Katie Simmers premiere, I would love for somebody standing out there with a baseball bat hitting our dear caller in case he got the idea that he was going to go too. Just a baseball bat to the guts, man. Head home.
Exactly. I like it. Okay, we got another one, which also kind of factors in to a little bit of a cultural profiling here as well.
Jazz David, barrel or not for you, and that is Dahui merch, as in merchandise. So for context here, I am a white man from Southern California, and I dug up in the depths of my parents' drawers a Dahui shirt that I got in Hawaii back when I was a kid. And I was just thinking about, man, could I still rock Dahui merch, being a haole from the mainland? Or is it a no barrel? Anyways, I'd appreciate your advice.
What say you?
It's an absolute barrel. Rock that Dahui.
Is it?
Oh, I think so for sure. One time, I'll tell you the mistake not to make though. One time I got a pair of Dahui trunks at some, like I was really wanted to, it was something for Surfing Magazine. I was like, let's support the brands we like, right? I like Dahui, like Core. So I bought a pair of Dahui trunks from some online surf shop thing. I don't even know what it was. They were like expensive. It was like $50 or something. And it was like I paid full pop. And then next time I saw Eddie, I said, hey, Eddie, I got these, I bought my Dahui trunks, and where'd you get them from? Oh, this whatever it was, the online thing. Oh, fucking those fucking guys! You fucking get your shorts from Costco. Fucking get them from Costco. So if people want Dahui, to get it from Costco is what.
Why was he recommending Costco? Because it was cheaper.
Yeah, it was cheaper, and it was like, I think he gets no, Dahui or whatever. Who knows? He didn't get any cut from this place. They were just like, he's selling it for whatever he's selling it for. I didn't quite understand why I was supposed to get at Costco, but I said, yes, sir, Mr. Rothman, Costco it is. But I think Dahui is an awesome brand. I love what, and to be able to support the Backdoor Shootout and all the good work, buy a stinking Dahui, wear it with pride.
I guess I'm agree with you in terms of supporting the brand, because they support surfing. You know what I mean? Like they support a certain core of surfing, the most core, you could argue. But back to previous conversations of have confidence wearing what you're wearing. I could not confidently wear Dahui. It's so like not on brand for me that I would just feel super awkward wearing it.
I'm going to get you a Dahui shirt. I'm going to get us both Dahui shirts, and we're going to wear them on the next podcast. And just because maybe what's going to happen is you're going to feel the mana, the spirit of the islands. You're going to be bold and brave. You'll feel right at home in your Dahui.
I'll speak with a pigeon accent throughout the whole podcast. By the way,
Brother David,
speaking of the last week's Fashion Police segment on the award show, I did not realize this at the time, but somebody sent me Leonardo Fioravanti's post. He was wearing a Gucci suit, but left the Gucci tag on the sleeve.
Oops.
On the exterior of the sleeve. He's holding the award. Like he wore it through the entire ceremony, went up and accepted his winning the CS. He won the Challenger Series, went up and accepted, then was taking photos holding his award with the Gucci tag still on the sleeve.
That's a faux pas right there. Poor Leo. I would have thought Leo would have known how to dress. I mean, Leo's been the face of Gucci.
That's the thing. He partners with Gucci, right?
Yeah.
Like he has a deal with them.
Yeah. Oops.
So how does he not know that?
Yeah. Take it off, Leo.
All right. Well, final barrel or not from a listener?
David, Chaz, calling from Honolulu Airport. I just got out of the restroom, probably TMI right there, but there's a guy in there in the stall talking on his cell phone, talking about building an RV park, and where everybody in the bathroom could hear his conversation. Just wondering, is that a barrel or a nah? I'm pretty sure that's got to be a nah. Take care. Thanks. Have a great day.
Was that Pizel?
I don't know. I could check the phone number.
That sounded a lot like our wonderful friend John Pizel.
Well, while you address it, I could look up the number right now.
Yeah, and it's a definite nah. I mean, phone conversations, frankly, should not happen anywhere public, I think. And if you have to, if you're at the grocery store, if you're somewhere, of course, you keep it quiet. Like the other day, yesterday, in fact, had to get some, I don't know, like herbs or something. And so called the wife, just asked for questions. And she like FaceTimed me right away because she wanted to see what I was looking at, right? And so I quickly showed her, and then she wanted to keep talking about something else. And I hung right up because I'm not going to walk around the store FaceTime jibber jabbering, right? It's like I called her on the landline, normal style, and kept my voice quiet. And that's what you do. Respect the privacy of your conversations.
Did you tell her you were hanging up, or you just like,
I just hanged up
out of spite, just hang up?
Just boom. Nope. I'm not going to, this is not the time or place to be FaceTiming.
And you should know that. And
Yep.
now I'm going to teach you that.
And even if you
I like
don't,
it.
I know it. So I will just take matters into my own hands.
What was she making with those herbs?
It was actually medicinal herbs, and not marijuana, but like it was some tincture or something for the kid. It was like
Gotcha.
a immunity booster, echinacea-y thing.
I made a chimichurri last night, so I was
Ooh.
buying herbs as well.
Was it spicy?
No. Well, I did put a jalapeno in there, but it was not spicy enough. I could have put more. Well, I agree with you. Obviously, this is a nah. The bathroom call thing is a nah. The idea, first of all, he said the guy was in a stall. So the idea, the public thing is one thing. The having a conversation where everybody can hear is very nah, but having a conversation while you're taking a dump is also an affront to the other person on the other end of the line.
Like I mean, and I would hope that we could add this barrel or not to taking or having a call while sitting on the toilet is a nah across the board. Doesn't matter if it's your home, doesn't matter if it's, I mean, that is just a no. That is a no.
That
Do people not know that?
Apparently not. And I've had this happen, this exact scenario. I've been in bathrooms where I hear this happening, you know? And yeah, so it does happen, but the lack of decorum for that human being,
lack of awareness
of the surrounding, but the lack of decorum for their own dignity. You know what I mean? Like I guarantee you this guy's wife hates him. His children are embarrassed by him. There's no two ways about it.
Do you know who drops anchor while chit-chatting on the phone? Eric Logan.
Do you know that for sure?
I guarantee it. He would be fully the kind of guy who would.
Yeah. Well, I am absolutely going nah on this. Yep. And more importantly, nobody wants to hear your conversation in the bathroom. So
nope. Double no.
Keep it to yourself.
Yep.
Keep it to yourself. Clearly. I looked up Pizel's number and I looked up the number that call came from. They are not the same.
Dang it. Well, John, call in with a barrel and all.
Yeah, John.